What is going on, guys, and welcome. It's InfernoKun here with a Game of Thrones discussion video. This one's gonna be about Elaena Glenmore and the outcome of her character throughout the events of season 1 leading up to episode 6, the finale. So yeah, she's been a really big recurring character for Rodrik's story, and she kind of has some importance being Rodrik's lover in a way, and I just want to speak about her character in general. Now, of course, you can go ahead and win the betrothal between Rodrik and Elaena. It means they get married, and that could be a big thing for episode 6, maybe leading into season 2, if that happens, by the way. Rodrik getting married would be a pretty big thing if you did not leave him behind during the White Harbor attack. Now, of course, there are different things that can actually go out throughout the whole season. Of course, you can win the betrothal, you can go ahead and not sleep with her. I think in episode 5, whenever you go ahead and tell her to sleep well, she goes out by herself and she doesn't end up doing that, sleeping scene with Rodrik. And that's kind of a big thing because that makes you think like, okay, Rodrik and Elaena, they probably had, sex. And that makes you think like, hey, what if Elaena is pregnant? That would be a pretty good thing, like determinant pregnancy. That'd be kind of funny. But hey, what if Elaena definitely is pregnant with Rodrik's child? That'd be pretty interesting for their, well, I guess Rodrik's story, because him having a baby with Elaena would mean kind of a bit much, because here's what I'm thinking, like, of course, me, in my perspective, we have, the betrothal, and we have Elaena, we slept with her, and stuff like that. I mean, wouldn't Lord Glenmore, House Glenmore, wouldn't they want to help out to avenge Arthur Glenmore after Ramsay flayed him? Now, I know that they can't go ahead and exact revenge on Ramsay Snow himself, because that wouldn't work out due to the TV show, book, encounterment, so I would think that Lord Glenmore would want to go for the next best thing and try to take out the Bolton's Bannermen, get rid of Griff, Flood, and everybody else, because, I'm not really sure if Lord Glenmore would want to help out the Forresters, because they kind of did go behind his back and try to expel Griff without him knowing. And would he be mad at Rodrik for that? Would he be mad at the Forresters for going behind their back or quiver? He definitely did go behind his father's back in order to try to get rid of Griff Whitehill so that Elaena would not marry him. So it was kind of like Lord Glenmore's foolishness, wanting to basically keep the peace with the Whitehills, ended up making Arthur want to retaliate against his father and the Whitehills to make sure his sister does not marry Griff, because that would be a bad thing for her. Arthur's definitely a pretty awesome brother, willing to put himself in risk to protect his sister from marrying such a craven like Griff Whitehill. So I wonder, would Lord Whitehill, not Lord Whitehill, but Lord Glenmore blame the Forresters, or would he blame, it sounds horrible, but blame Arthur for going behind his back in order to do that? And I think that either, depending on who you choose at the ending of episode 5, can actually open up new options for each character. Of course, in terms of Asher staying behind and Rodrik, surviving, that will open up new options for Rodrik, his character, being alive. Of course, we have interactions with Elaena Glenmore, maybe even some interactions with Lord Glenmore, and stuff like that. I mean, obviously, the soon-to-be wife of Rodrik is still a Glenmore. So why wouldn't Lord Glenmore want to help out with the war? Because his daughter is basically in danger. She is on her way to becoming Elaena Forrester. So for her to protect, his son-in-law and daughter would be a big thing. I mean, I would hope that Lord Glenmore would actually play a part in this, series, because they are a made-up house for this game, and for them to actually show up and help out the Foresters would be cool. Because, I mean, in light of the Pitfires, helping out Asher, or helping out Rodrik, I mean, that'd be pretty much a pretty questionable thing, because they don't know who Rodrik is. They were here because of Asher Forrester. They were promised to go ahead and do this for Asher, not for Rodrik, and with Asher being dead, of course the Pitfires may retaliate against Rodrik a little bit, not listen to him, and that's where the Glenmores could come in handy a little bit more, because they are a house that have ties with House Forrester now, and that's pretty much how I see it, being that. Now back to Elaena now, hoping that she is pregnant, because for me, with Rodrik being dead, that'd be kind of bad for her to actually go ahead and lose her brother Quiver, as well as her lover Rodrik, and that'd be pretty bad for her in my take on the story. Of course, we have I have Rodrik dead, and it'd be cool for me at least to know that Elaena is pregnant with Rodrik's baby. That'd be kind of a bit more, you know, awesome, because I kind of feel like that, you know, even though Rodrik is gone, he'll at least have a child with Elaena, and therefore, you know, that kind of lead by a special message, you know, something like that for me. I mean, hoping that she's pregnant, that'd be pretty cool if she is, you know, having Rodrik's baby, and knowing that everything that Rodrik left behind isn't for nothing, that, you know, of course, Rodrik still really cared about Elaena, and therefore, you know, them having a child wouldn't be too much to ask for. I mean, it happened, okay, we saw them naked in the bed, so, you know, it definitely has to happen. So, tell me your guys' thoughts about Elaena in general, you know, tell me your thoughts about Lord Glenmore helping out, her being pregnant, and various situations involving, you know, Rodrik's death, explaining that to Elaena, and Rodrik being alive and interacting with Elaena. That'd be pretty cool. There's a bunch of options that open up depending on your choices, really. If Telltale were to go ahead and make like every single thing that mattered with Elaena, that'd be pretty cool. I mean, we can marry her or not marry her, we can go ahead and probably sleep with her, and we can do various things that can involve her. So tell me your thoughts about the character Elaena Glenmore, and various things happen in Game of Thrones Season 1. Thank you all for watching once again. It's been InfernoKun. Comment down below your thoughts and opinions and everything else, and what's going to happen in Episode 6, the Ice Dragon. Thank you all for watching once again. It's been InfernoKun. Subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys next time on Game of Thrones.